Yeah, so you're raising a very important point. Like we can't have one without the other. That's basically you define the whole situation, because we can't have plus without minus. We can't have God without Satan. We can't have good without bad. We can't have beauty without ugly. So, but then the question is, who defines that? How how what are the criteria? How is that defined? Who, when? Like, because if this is what we've come to live as human reality, um, who controls all of that? Who establishes the parameters, the measurements, the criteria to 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 measure these opposite qualities? And that for me is the most interesting question, because if this is a reality of our human experience, that we can have one without the other, like they how will always have to be, you know one side that is trying to dominate the other side, in terms of human interaction and things. So, and my question to that is, how does that come about? Who defines that? uh, uh, how Who establishes and all of this? So, and that goes back to the heart of the work we're doing, you know which now, and it's been for a few hundred years now, uh, or maybe even the millennia, or a couple, that the European have established their own dominion around this notion of human experience. And that started with the era of philosophy, beginning with the Plato and all this kind of thing, the Greeks, and how they established the Western civilization, and then they lost to the Romans, who defeated them, and then the Roman took over and established democracy. Well, democracy was born in Greece too, but they established the modern Western kind of civilization as we know it, political system and all that. The ancestors in Rome. So that is, and now with the Caesars and the power of Rome dominate, expanding Western hegemony around the world and through sheer power and all that, and then later on using even religion, which is the topic of today, religion to cement that control. Because if at some point the military cannot do the job because it's too stretched out, then you must have something that would sustain this, and it becomes much of a moral thing, right? The religion and all that, because it's a Western civilization and all that. So and all the way to now, they are in control. So so as to the origin, or all of this, and all the questions you raised, these are questions that cannot really have a simple answer. It's just a human quest. It's just a human reflection. It's just a human permanent questioning of world events. Um, but if we want to kind of discuss specific things, then we can go back to the asili, the notion of asili, cosmogony and cosmology. I'm telling you, there are civilizations that come and go, and there is something called a national consciousness, and you can look at it from all perspective. You can look at this from a molecular level. You can look at it from a human level, individual level, like cells are created, grow, and die. Other cells are created, grow, and die. Human beings, are born, they evolve, and die. So you have to understand human experience as something that is not static. It is not static. It's ever evolving. So, and you can look at the experience at a micro level. A family of several children, for example. If a family of one child, the father, the mother, Even if you even look at one individual by himself, there is already multiplicity within the individual himself, because we might be alone, but we're not really alone in all the terms. First, in terms of our body composition, right? I told you a story. I don't know if I will remember this very well. The head said, well, I keep doing all the work because I'm the one thinking and projecting and reflecting and guiding and doing this and all that, the brain, the eyes, and all the head. But the hands and the body and the feet are just there lazy and just follow so I'm just tired of doing this. I'm going to stop doing that. And the hands say, oh, I'm the one doing all the work because I'm the one carrying things, I'm the one holding things, I'm the one making, really giving any sense of purpose or anything, or grabs and all that. And the other ones are just there, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to stop doing my job. And then the feet also say, well, I'm the one carrying the whole body to walk and to do this and to run and to move and all that. I'm responsible for everything because without me, there's no movement and all that. All the other depend on me. I'm just going to stop. You see, that was a story that I read somewhere. You can see, even within your own personal body, there has to be some kind of coordination of all your parts of your body for you to be operational. Your eyes must function. Sometimes you might have deficit, or sometimes you might be blind or anything. And if one, okay, this is the mystery of nature. When one element of your body is deficient, other element overcompensate for that. When I had a surgery in 2008 or 10 in the US, it was on my left side of my body, so it was affecting my left foot and all that, and the nerves and all that were caught and everything, so the pain was on that side. But the right foot and the right side of my body was overcompensating for the part that was in pain. So, and I could not feel the pain on the left side where I got the surgery and everything. All the pain of everything was on my right foot. I had no idea what was happening to me. Like, my right foot had no problem. Every right side, everything was fine, my foot. But the pain that was in there was unbearable. Like death was even more preferable than when that pain would come. It was atrocious. And all the nerve that were caught in the right side and the left side and all that, the right side was feeling it and almost paralyzing me from moving or anything with pain. So it was overcompensating for the deficiency of the left side, and that is within one body. So that interconnectedness is something that you should understand. I'm taking it at a unicellular level, at the individual level, and I will expand for you to understand what you're asking about, the origin of power and how a collective group comes to hold on to it and then lose it at some time, another collective group. I'm taking it from one step at the individual level, and then I will expand just to show you how the connected things are. That's just at one level of the only person who you're supposed to be, yourself, which goes to the psychological concept where they say we don't really know who we are. You can't really know yourself 100%. You can't really predict how you will react in certain situations. That's how much you don't know about yourself. Yeah. Yes. We have the impression we know ourselves, but I am saying you cannot predict 100% how you always react to certain events in life. You cannot predict that, because some events will hit you differently. Okay. Last Sunday, I went to play soccer with my friend, and we disagree on the pitch, and I was very, very, on my nerve and anger, and I was yelling at everybody, and I was just bringing a lot of negative energy in the field because I felt like people were not doing what they were supposed to do, and we were losing the game. So and I play with mostly European, Canadian, and British people, they're very polite and they cannot speak and they all want that political correct and all that. I bypass all that. I scream at everybody. So, and people were really angry, and I didn't care because I wanted people to do what they were supposed to do, not to. So, when I came back home, I was feeling bad because I'm like, I could have controlled myself better and just not care about what people would do. I just do what I have to do instead of drawing all the attention on me and be the negative one on the pitch. And then I told myself, next time I will avoid that. I will control myself and I will not even pay attention to these things. We had a game yesterday because we play on Sunday, almost every Sunday. We had a game yesterday and I went and telling myself that you should avoid any situation that will put you in a place where you were last week. I reminded myself, you should always be in touch with your feelings and everything, and if you feel like it's coming out and all that, try to contain it and all that. So I was telling myself not to react, and I was confident that no matter what, I'm very aware and I will survive this. And then we started playing. And then the heat of the game, the heat of the play and all that, and then someone was just screaming at me to take certain position and all that. I keep telling myself, I say like I want to react, but I keep reminding myself, I say I will not. So I do. But at one point, I didn't even know what happened. I just lost it. Because everybody was just screaming, oh, no, left, up, down. I'm like, and finally I didn't even know what to do. And then I lost the ball and I almost created a situation where they score against us. So, and I got pissed. Like, okay, all of you stop. Just stop. Shut up. I just wanted quiet to focus a little bit. And then I went off. I had no idea what was going to be my next move because I could feel the rage and it went beyond my control. And at this point, I had no way of controlling anything. And I really went off and started just ranting and yelling and all that, right? Which I had already told myself to be mindful of this and to avoid it at all time, right? So, and I could have not predicted that I will get into a heated situation or something like that and will break my own principle of containing this thing. So when I say you cannot really know yourself, what I mean by that is you can be surprised of things that you're able to do or not able to do depending on the situation you are in. When you really push your back against the wall in a situation where it's live or die, that is where you will be surprised of some of the resources that you have. You are not even aware that you have these resources there. So you would have no idea what you can do. That is what I mean. So and even in psychology, let's just go with Freud and the id and the unconscious and the id and all that. What does psychology say? That what we know about ourselves is only, I think, 15 or 20% or something like that, or 25% or 15% of ourselves. Because most of our life is done unconsciously in the id. Most of our action and movement and everything are unconscious. We're not aware. Things happen like a reflex. Or things happen and we do things like as a reflex. We're not even aware of some of the things we do. We don't know. And people might even tell, oh, we see what I did this. I didn't know because it was not on the feed of our consciousness. So how much do you really think you know yourself? I know it's a shocking statement, but I'm happy to hear. No, I'm happy to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so you're actually agreeing with me because you're agreeing with me without knowing you're agreeing with me. That's what I mean. It's not static. There will never be a point where you say, I know myself 100%. I know me. There will never be a point like this. Because know thyself, beginning with the Egyptian who taught it to the Greek, to the Socrates and Plato and Aristotle and all those people, because now Western philosophy think that know thyself started with Socrates. No, it started in Egypt. That was the foundation of Egyptian priests, to know thyself, to try to understand who you are as a human being, your mission here, where you come from, what kind of person you are, what makes you you. And that's why they study the cosmos, the universe, and all that. And then they say, as above, so below. That's how they started saying, oh, in order to really know who we are, we must understand the universe, because we are miniature universes. So if we really understand the universe and how it operates and all that, we can then begin to understand ourselves. But you cannot tell me that we really understand how the universe operates. We have some knowledge of the universe, but it's not exhaustive. We have some knowledge of ourselves, it's not exhaustive. So it's a permanent quest. It's an everlasting exercise to always reflect, like what you're doing right now. You're educating yourself. You're trying to know things about the world, to know about yourself and how you react to certain things, and how to all. It's a permanent thing. So you can safely say that anybody in the world know themselves very well. Now that yeah, I can understand why you. I'm not even trying to persuade you, because I actually enjoy when you disagree, because then that opens up depth in exploration of the topic, because this is my understanding of what we are as human beings. We are very unpredictable. Human beings are unpredictable. Why? Because we do not really have a grasp of ourselves, who we are.